His 11th fight of the year. This one's scheduled for 6 at welterweight.
Style works well behind that jab. And against a tricky opponent here, though, and I think Mosquera has never been stopped, so he's a tough kid. And again, it's a case of being patient, and Ali's just going to have to break him down behind his boxing. And we know he can box really well, Khalid Ali, skillful southpaw. Doesn't want to take any real chances against this fella, who's fairly tough.
Ali in the predominantly silver trunks, the red and white for the man from Colombia, Fernando Mosquera. 7 years Ali senior, 6 wins in 17 fights. He's lost 11 times. Ali stopped 3 of the 6 men he's beaten, but he had a scare in his last fight when he was dropped by Nikola Stoyanov, who we saw him with Ben Fail earlier tonight. He was dropped heavily in the 5th round by the Bulgarian, but held on to it. It was the first real signs of vulnerability that we've seen to this point from Khalid Ali. Fernando Mosquera, 7 years Ali senior, 6 wins in 17 fights. He's lost 11 times. Ali stopped 3 of the 6 men he's beaten, but he had a scare in his last fight when he was dropped by Nikola Stoyanov, who we saw him with Ben Fail earlier tonight. He was dropped heavily in the 5th round by the Bulgarian, but held on to it. It was the first real signs of vulnerability that we've seen to this point from Khalid Ali.
Yeah, he was totally outboxing Stoyanov, wasn't he? But he just got caught towards the end of the contest, got a little bit complacent, and walked onto a shot. He recovered, won the contest, but yeah, just shows that it may be a wake-up call for him, actually, Fletch.
Stoyanov stopped in the 2nd round tonight by Ben Fail, the first fight that we brought you on TNT Sports from York Hall, Bethnal Green tonight. Still to come tonight, Liam Williams against Florin Cardos, that comes next. Henry Turner against Archon Ramalavs in what is the main event tonight.
Important for Ali here to get behind his jab and get his feet into range. So what Mosquera is doing, he's just sitting back, Mosquera. Ali, so he's sitting back, and what he's trying to do, he's just trying to draw the lead of his opponent and make him fall short, and then he'll try and come back with the counter. So an interesting style, fairly wide stance, but there you see that right hand. So he's sitting back, wants Ali to lead off and fall short. That's what he's trying to do, is Mosquera.
Lead hand, high guard being held here by the Colombian Mosquera. Final 10 seconds of the opening round. This one's scheduled for 6 at welterweight. Mosquera just looking to throw that looping right hand at the end of the round that just missed.
Shot with a lot of venom. See, there's that right hand over the top from him. So that's what he's doing. That's his game, sitting back and open for the odd looping right hand, and trying to draw the lead and the backhand of Ali, who he wants to fall short.
The records of the 2 men would indicate that Ali's the one with the power in there of the 2 of them. Only 3 stoppages in the 17 fights that Mosquera's had, but as Richie's pointed out, that's the punch he's looking to land, that looping right hand when Ali commits himself. He's not really been able to catch him with it as yet. Seems to be the kind of fight to this point, Richie, where neither man can really work the other one out, so they can take control of it.
Well, I think Ali actually senses the danger also, so he knows he's going to get a cagey opponent. What he's probably got to do a little bit more of, he's certainly worked more with his jab and his lead hand, keep it nice and straight, and he's got to be accurate with it, so he's got to hit the target and make no mistakes. If he falls in, then he can get caught. So it's all about edging up, working with that lead hand, measuring the distance and hitting the target. See, that's not too bad there with those straight shots, and just try and wear this fella down a little bit.
The better work in there in the 2nd round is coming from Ali. Nice combination there from him. So awkward though, isn't he, Mosquera? He's quite happy to spoil in there, quite happy to hold. He's awkward. I suppose he's the kind of man that makes it difficult to find any kind of real rhythm.
Always difficult to box against people who are moving away from your fletch, you see, and I think trade.
So awkward though, isn't he, Mosquera? He's quite happy to spoil in there, quite happy to hold. He's awkward. I suppose he's the kind of man that makes it difficult to find any kind of real rhythm.
Takes his moments, Mosquera. That's why he's a difficult and awkward opponent.
And there's the bell. More ambition here, Richie, if he wants to change that. It's hardly been dominant work from Khalid Ali, but he's been significantly the better of the two in there.
Yeah, he's winning the rounds, but they haven't been really convincing. He is winning them. But still, that's better. That's a much better work, that is. He's just brought him onto the shots there. That was lovely.
Maybe just starting to work this awkward man out. Decent combination to start the third round from Khalid Ali.
So straight away we see Mosquera, when he comes over that front foot, he's more vulnerable. So Ali got to go through the gears, keep it long range, but just try and frustrate, pick him off and make him come forward and bring him onto the shots like he did there. So it's going through the gears, but going through the gears at range and making him then come forward because he's got to respond.
Tight guard from Mosquera with his back to the ropes. Tried to catch him with an uppercut as he came in. That seems to be the punch he's trying to land in there. 2 or 3 times he's let the uppercut go. It's one of the rare times, though, that Mosquera's actually committed himself and tried to be the man on the front foot.
Yeah, he's much more vulnerable when he comes forward, Mosquera. When he's sitting back, it's when he can frustrate his opponents. It's a bit of a nightmare. Moving forward, the looping right hand here and there. He is vulnerable, or more vulnerable.
Ali moving off to the side, landing a couple of shots to the body. Right above our commentary position here at York Hall, which gives us the perfect view. Even when he's in a position like this, Mosquera, Ali's still a little bit reluctant to overly commit, isn't he?
Well, it's sensible boxing, really, from Ali. He's not taking any risks and chances. What Mosquera wants him to do is stand and trade and have a toe-to-toe battle with him on those ropes, short and mid-range, and that brings then Mosquera right into the contest. But Ali's not playing ball, staying at distance. That's what he should be doing. Just got to up the tempo more with long-range work. That's all he's got to do.
Trying to get that left hand through the guard. It's a very tight guard, a high guard being held by Mosquera. There's the uppercut that just missed, doubling up there to head and body.
Yeah, that was a nice bit of head movement there from Ali. Just slipped to his left, come back left, uppercut downstairs. See, this is the type of contest Mosquera wants. He's toe-to-toe in close quarters.
Year-old Colombian Fernando Mosquera. Got to say, Rich, I think the style of Mosquera is just making this a very awkward fight for both of them.
Well, it is, because when they get close, then he tends to hold Ali and nullifies the work. Like I said, I'd like to see Khalid Ali just go through the gears a little bit, not necessarily taking risks, but more mid-long range work. Just go through the gears. You know, try and frustrate the opponent, make Mosquera come over that front foot, bring him onto the shots. I think Mosquera would prefers that slower pace, so I'd like to see Ali now go through those gears and just test him a little bit here, Mosquera.
halfway through the fourth. This one scheduled for 6 at welterweight. Ali working behind that southpaw right jab, trying to follow up with a left hand, the backhand as well, which he was able to land with twice there. A little bit sharp, a little bit better that from Ali.
Yeah, nice work there. And just after that combination, they just moved off to the side, so moved around his opponents, but still holding the centre of the ring. So good work there. That's better again, making Mosquera lead off and coming back with some counters there, Ali. So like I say, he's winning this contest, winning every round. But he probably could look a little bit better if he upped the work rate, but this is more dominant now from Ali.
Learned from the crowd as Ali gets him moving back towards the ropes. Mosquera in his own corner. He's almost inviting Ali in because, as you say, Richie, that's where he wants to counter. He's quite happy to take one to give a couple.
Mosquera there just made the mistake of just switching from orthodox to southpaw. Got caught with that little left uppercut from Ali. But Ali doesn't really want to engage, does he? Short and mid-range.
Body from Ali. There's that looping right hand again from Mosquera. Thrown it half a dozen times. I think he's still waiting to land it for the first time tonight. Way tomorrow. This is the 5th round of 6 at welterweight between Khalid Ali and Fernando Mosquera. Ali's had to go the distance in his previous 2 fights here at York Hall against Dario Barossa and against Nicolas Stoyanov in the summer. And I think if you're a betting man, Richie, you'd suggest that might be the route he's going to have to go again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's winning every round. It's really convincing. And, it's probably a really more of a cautious approach from Khalid Ali.
Is this a referee telling 2 fighters that he needs to see a lot more?
Who knows? Yeah, they come together there, didn't they? And the referee wasn't happy about something. But yes, I mean, Khalid Ali, like we said before, he's winning, but he's got to do more and just up the tempo. I think he comes from a very, very good amateur club as well, Repton, not too far from here. Trained by a very good coach down there, Lionel Omar. I know Lionel very well. He's recently changed coaches, Khalid Ali, but he was with Lionel Omar for years down at Repton. Did a good job with him.
Pops out the right jab and then follows up with the backhand, his left hand. How difficult is it, Rich, when you're in with a fighter like this in Mosquera, whose only real tactic in there is to spoil and try and land that long looping hand if you switch off? I mean, how difficult is it to actually do what you need to do when you've got a man as awkward as this in there with you?
Well, the difficulty can be is if you lower the work rate. Obviously, Mosquera wants that low pace. That right hand there wasn't too far away from him. So the difficulty can be if you get drawn into a contest where he's just lowering the pace, the work rate. That suits him. So you've got to do the opposite. You've got to up the work rate, do it behind your boxing and try and frustrate him, make him come over the front foot. We've seen he's a little bit vulnerable when he comes over that front foot. He's a little bit more open, but when he's sitting back, he's hard to get to. So you've got to be patient, but you've got to up the pace, basically, and just keep popping away with the jab, straight left hand, and make the head of the opponent go back, and then make him come forward. Ali will learn this, but this is what he's got to do against this type of an opponent who seems to slow it down to his pace, and that suited Mosquera occasionally here.
Early days for him in his professional career. 7 fight tonight, still only 23. That's better work, decent left hand. That's a follow-up to that right jab. Good work this by Ali at the end of the round. Maybe some of the cleanest stuff we've seen from him for a little while. See whether we can just go through the gears a little bit more in the final round here.
Let's see if he can force a stoppage here. He's been fairly dominant throughout the contest. He's won every round. Mosquera may even come forward himself and fancy his chance. Landing one shot over the top. Try and catch Ali with that. There it was there, not too far away. He needs Ali to be coming forward though for that punch really to be effective. Doubling up the power. And what Ali's got to do also here, if Mosquera's going to come forward a little bit more, just bring him onto a left uppercut, measure with the jab, and then with that left uppercut through, you can see he comes in with a fairly low head coming forward. Mosquera, he's tough, but he's open to that shot.
From Ali. There's been no dramas from his standpoint, and I remember he was down in the 5th round in his previous contest against Nikola Stoyanov, but Mosquera has never really caught him with anything significant so far tonight. The crowd wants him just to do a little bit more, don't they, here as well? His supporters trying to lift him towards the end of this contest, a contest that we suspect he's winning quite easily, but I just think they want to see him let his hands go a little bit more before the final bell.
Just won't take the risk, will he? Khalid Ali looks in very cautiously, maintaining that gap and distance. Enough better work with that shot there. Mosquera just coming over that front foot. Starting that attack off way too far away.
Started that attack off with a couple of punches to the body. The classiest stuff in each round has come from the unbeaten Khalid Ali. Sure, it's going to be a wide margin points victory for him. A little more than 30 seconds to go in the final round. Long left hand from Ali.
Should hear the last bell here, right, so he's got through the contest.
And he's going to maintain his record of never having been stopped as a professional. Ali showboat.